what's going on, guys? It is Rinne-Hatake here, back with another video. And today, we got What If Goku Had Ultra Ego, Part 2. So let's begin. So, how this is gonna play off, or start, Part 2 is when Kami and Piccolo finally fuse. Their power levels have been boosted since they fused a lot earlier, actually. A lot earlier. I think it's a lot earlier, at least. So, the power is a lot stronger than what it should be. And, yeah. While Goku and Gohan were off somewhere doing a little spar, since Gohan and Goku were gonna do that earlier. So, right now they're in the middle of a spar when they sense an incredible spike in ki. And it was from Piccolo. Piccolo's power is, tremendously high. Not the same strong as Goku at the level of 250,000, but is above Gohan at 150,000. I said the humans are buffed, but the humans are buffed a lot. I think I'm gonna tone them down a little bit, since I'm just gonna say a few of them slack off a little bit and lose sight on what they're supposed to do, and the power levels diminished a little bit too, to 60,000. To about 60,000 to 70,000. I'm just gonna give them that much of a boost, because giving them a whole big boost like that, they could overpower Vegeta instantly. But since Vegeta's a Saiyan, he can still overpower them using the Great Ape. But without that, he's completely nothing. But we move from that, and Piccolo informs Goku through telepathy that Kami is no more, and that him and Kami are one, and that we have no more Dragon Balls. And Goku says, well, that's gonna be a bit of a issue, as Goku, well, just keeps training with Gohan to improve. And, well, during the next few days, like 4 days or so, Piccolo got a bit of an emergency signal from King Kai, and King Kai begins telling Piccolo that, Piccolo, the Namekians, they're getting attacked by Frieza. Tell the others, warn them quickly. As Goku was the first to be notified, as Piccolo tells him in telepathy that they need to head to another planet in outer space, and they should get a ship ready. Ask Bulma to get a ship ready for them to head off. As Goku head off to Capsule Corp with Gohan to, inform Bulma of this urgent mission that they need her to do. As Bulma replies with saying, no problem, I just need, in good tech to take you guys there. Because, right now, with the Capsule Corp ships, it's gonna take about over 4,000 years to get to Namek, or so, you're gonna need a better ship than the ones we have at Capsule Corp. As Goku replies with, well, yeah, maybe you should try one of my ships, or my ship that I used to land on Earth, or maybe Kami's ship. As Goku, asks Piccolo about this kind of stuff, and Piccolo knows where these stuff are, and bring Bulma Goku's broken down little ship and Kami's ship, and Bulma gets to work creating the bigger version of the Capsule Corp ship that Goku went on, and with the gravity room that they have. So Goku has the ship. Bulma has a ship ready for them, and all of them board the ship and head off to Namek, taking about a week to get to Namek. So they had a lot of time to train, and Goku trained rigorously and boosting his power a lot, since before his power level was about over 9,000 in canon, and during, using this type of training, he boosted it to about 180,000. So this time he wouldn't have any trouble with 100 times gravity from the very beginning, but the rest of the people were struggling to keep up, except Gohan and Goku. So Goku would have to teach them to get to reach their level faster or else they're just going to be a liability to them. So Goku, well, tells them to use a separate chamber that Bulma set for them. And Bulma had thought of doing this just in case, well, the rest of the the human Z Fighters, aren't able to keep up with Goku, Gohan, and Piccolo. And Bulma made this emergency little gravity training room. It isn't as big, but it's a section where they can train with not much space, but they can still train and move around. And all they were doing was just normal exercises to improve their strength, mobility, and all that. And that's what, well, the Z Fighters were doing. And Gohan and Piccolo were doing their regular training, but Goku was doing his training and taking it very seriously. And after the whole week, Goku's power level soared to new heights. And his power level would be past 550,000 by this time, since him, Piccolo, and Gohan would take gravity to nearing 500 times gravity to 1,000 times gravity. Yeah, that's the type of gravity they would be using for their training, and Gohan would get big boosts from this. Big boost, giving him the power level of 390,000, with Piccolo making it to 450,000, just a little bit above Gohan. While the humans, they've improved, gaining a little bit more strength during the week, making it to about 90,000 to 100,000. Since Vegeta's brutal beating was so close to death that he actually got a very massive Zenkai from that. His Zenkai allowed his power level to soar into the 100,000s to about 120,000, just above the humans. But now Vegeta has healed and has followed Frieza into Namek, and they're trying to search for the Dragon Balls, while Goku and the Z Fighters have landed on Namek, and they're ready to take down Frieza's army and whoever stands in their way. And right now, Goku and the rest get out of the ship, and Goku puts the ship in a capsule, and they give it to Krillin to take care of as they head off with the Dragon Radar. And Krillin and the rest head off with the Dragon Radar, while Goku, Piccolo, Gohan, and Tien decided to stay with Krillin, and also Yamcha decided to stay with Krillin so they can help him out finding the Dragon Balls. So yeah, they left to go and search for the Dragon Balls, while Goku and the rest went to find Frieza's army and whoever they can help, actually. And they found a few villages with a few of the Frieza Force members, and they took them out with rather ease. And they kept doing this for a while until they ran into Vegeta in one village, and Goku stared down Vegeta with an angry look as Vegeta looks at him, saying, "Kakarot, looks like I've ran into you finally. At last I'll take you out." As well, Vegeta was going straight for his death, and he just dashed straight towards Goku without any thinking whatsoever, and Goku swats him away like a fly, and he hits a mountain as Vegeta is not too injured, but is injured, just not too badly, I guess you could say, as Vegeta starts to cough out a little bit of blood, since that hit was a pretty hard hit, and he tanked it, but it still hurt him. And Vegeta started saying, "You damn low-class Saiyan, how could you be stronger than me?" As Vegeta knew he couldn't win, so he just left the village, and Goku, well, he was too late. This village was already massacred, so he did what he had to do, and he tried to blast Vegeta out the air, and Vegeta did sense this key energy, so he dodged a little bit, but his reaction time was too slow, and Vegeta was hit on the, well, on his right shoulder blade, and he basically has an injured right arm right now, and that arm is out of commission so far. And Vegeta knew he didn't have a chance if he didn't get healing, and this could give him a bit of another Zenkai, so he decided to try and find a Frieza spaceship to use their healing system that they have. And Goku and the rest continue saving the other Namekian villages, eventually running into Frieza. And Goku stares down Frieza with an angry look in his face, as Piccolo has never seen Goku this angry. Besides when Raditz or Vegeta tried to blow up Earth and stuff like that. And Goku and Frieza stare each other down, and in a blink of an eye, those two were clashing in the sky, and the impact of their attacks was so great it was blowing the waters away, and it shook the planet. Every punch shook the planet, and Frieza had to break off his armor to keep up, so his mobility would stay continuous, and he kept going blow for blow, and Goku overpowered Frieza, and Frieza had to go into his second form, getting a little bit of an advantage, but Goku, using Kaioken times 10, overpowers Frieza again, and Frieza uses his third form. Goku just uses Kaioken times 15, which still overpowers, well, not overpowers, but makes them rather even, since I don't know the power level of Goku at times 15 at this point, since I'm not doing the math right now. So they're continuously battling while Gohan and Piccolo knock out the rest of Frieza's soldiers, and Zarbon and Dodoria were vaporized by Gohan and Piccolo. And Frieza wasn't paying attention, and he got knocked in the face, seeing Zarbon and Dodoria get shot. This was a good opportunity for Goku to land a good blow, landing multiple good strikes against Frieza, and blasting a Kamehameha wave at Frieza, which gravely injures him. And Frieza is not having it, so Frieza powers up to Final Form 50%, and continues the fight. Goku powers up to Kaioken times 20. This wasn't enough. Goku powers up to Kaioken times 30, and at this point, it's going to Frieza right now, since Frieza, well, Goku doesn't have his Zenkai yet, so he's not at a power level of 1,000,000 or anything, so he's a lot weaker right now, and he needs his Zenkai to make it to a stronger level of power. So Goku and Frieza continue their battle, and Frieza, well, he's still winning against Goku at this point, and Goku's going all out, and he's getting brutally massacred out there, while Gohan gets angrier and angrier as Gohan powers up a little bit. Since he's getting a rage boost from this, his power level will soar to 450,000 as he gets a lucky blow on Frieza, and Piccolo yells at Gohan, "Gohan, you moron!" as Piccolo powers up to max as he starts fighting Frieza, and Goku and them started trying to overpower Frieza, but with their power levels, Frieza is overpowering them still, but Frieza's still pretty injured from the last few minutes of the battle, but continues the battle, and all three of them get shut down immediately as Frieza shoots a death beam straight towards Goku. Goku at the last minute moves a little bit, missing the vital spot that Frieza was aiming for, as Goku drops out of Kaioken and goes back to base and is knocked unconscious. Gohan, thinking Goku's dead, awakens a hidden power as Gohan roars into the heavens as his power bursts into a golden aura. But his hair was different from the golden aura it should be. His golden aura wasn't normal, as Gohan's hair flickered upwards, but it didn't change color. But his aura was of a golden light, but his hair hadn't changed yet. And the pupils in his eyes vanished for a little second and came back, and his pupils in his eyes, well, they're the exact same as Gohan stares Piccolo down, and this is not Super Saiyan. This is false Super Saiyan. This form is, I'm pretty sure it's not even canon, but I'm gonna say it is here. False Super Saiyan is an increase in power, but I don't even know the multiplier for this one, since Super Saiyan is times 50, so I'm just gonna assume since it's like not full power, it's a 25 times multiplier. So I'm just gonna go with that. I'm pretty sure it's not how that works, but I'm just gonna go with it anyway. So Gohan continues to fight, and Gohan actually is somehow keeping up, not to the best of his ability since he's blinded by rage, but is able to keep up somehow. But Frieza still overpowers him in great power and all the stats. Frieza overpowers him. But with this sudden power, Frieza gets a little startled, but he still is pretty cocky, so he continues this fight. And Gohan is getting worn out since his power is still very new to him. So Frieza, even though Gohan had this incredible power up, it still wasn't enough to take down Frieza, and Goku was taken away by Piccolo, and Piccolo decides to distract Frieza using the ultimate technique to blind any opponent, even if they're like gods or anything like that, and this would be the solar flare. And in Dragon Ball, it always works, so in this situation, it probably would anyway. So Gohan, he drops out of false Super Saiyan and heads back to base, and Piccolo takes him to where he left Goku, and that's in a village. And Piccolo drops power level so Frieza can't sense it, but before he left though, he gave a little parting gift to Frieza. He made a little bit of you know how Goku uses those bombs against Jiren? Well, that's what Piccolo did, but he kind of threw a little key energy that will blow up whenever Piccolo commands, and he threw it near Frieza's, scouter, and Piccolo clenches his fist, and it explodes in Frieza's face. His eye gets a bit injured, but Frieza yells, "You stupid Namekian!" as Frieza's power could be felt throughout the whole planet, as Frieza is now angry and flies around looking for any village he can spot. But Piccolo already knew this was going to happen, so they hid out in a cave in the mountains, and this village happened to be where the one and only Dende happened to be. And Dende, with his brother, Cargo, was there, and they still managed to stay alive, since Goku saved them not too long ago, but most of their people are dead right now, but still. Goku's getting healed, and so is Gohan, and Gohan right now overpowers Goku exponentially. Even with Kaioken times 30, Goku can't beat Gohan. He might be able to, but if Gohan masters this false Super Saiyan, he could probably overcome Goku, but Goku might have a little bit of the edge, just a little bit, over Gohan, but not by much. But Goku gets a significant power up. His power exceeds over 1 million now. His power level would be at about 5 million, way surpassed what it was before. And now, Gohan, after him getting a little bit of a beatdown too, his power level would be at about 3 million, while Piccolo's still left behind by both of them. Goku, when he was unconscious, he could feel the power level, and it was Gohan. And Gohan, he remembered that sensation, and he wanted to use that power again. So, Gohan and Goku go out for round 2, while Piccolo was tasked by Goku to help out any other Namekian villages. But we move from this situation to Krillin's situation. So Krillin and them have been gathering a lot of Dragon Balls, and they have about 3 of them, while Vegeta has 2, and Frieza happened to have 2 as well. And, sad for Krillin and Tien and Yamcha, they happen to run into Vegeta, and Vegeta, well, he wasn't so happy. Well, actually, I'm gonna say Vegeta doesn't have 2 Dragon Balls. I'm gonna say he has 1. And before Vegeta gets any Dragon Balls, well, Krillin and and the rest of the Z Fighters actually head to a little palace I see on a little mountainside thing, and it was Elder Guru's place, the Elder Namekian. And they enter. Well, Nail stops them before they enter and asks them what are their intentions. And Krillin says, "We need the Dragon Balls." Well, you guys look like you need the Dragon Balls, and I guess we could use the Dragon Balls to help you guys out and all that. And Krillin just says that they need the Dragon Balls for some purpose that they actually need. They needed to revive, well, a few dead people, the cities that were damaged and all that. And, if possible, to help Shenron come back or something, or to bring back a guardian for their planet. And well, Nail doesn't see that as too bad of a wish, so he lets them enter. And Guru speaks with them, telling them about what he knows, and unlocks all of their potentials. Their potentials aren't too great, but they're pretty strong. So, well, Krillin's power at 200,000. Tien and Yamcha also at 200, but Tien is a bit above both of them at 235,000. Not by much, but a good enough margin. And Vegeta finally arrives, trying to steal the Dragon Balls and pick a fight, but he notices that he's weaker than them, and by a lot too. Even though he got a bit of a Zenkai from the attack that Goku gave him, it wasn't enough. Vegeta only soared to 150,000, but that was it. Vegeta tried to keep fighting and got beaten down mercilessly by Tien, Yamcha, and Krillin. Both of them all 3 of them actually doing their perspective attacks. And Krillin Kamehameha, Yamcha using the same thing, and Tien using the Tri-Beam. And this put Vegeta to rest. He wasn't dead, but he was completely knocked out after those attacks. And no one's gonna get in their way, except, well, possibly the Ginyu Force. Frieza wasn't able to alert. Well, he wasn't able to alert the Ginyu Force about what happened, so the Ginyu Force is left unaware. But I'm just gonna leave it off here, so you guys can, well, I'll leave you guys on a cliffhanger, so you guys can figure out what happens on the next part of this series. So, I'll see you guys on the next part, but without further ado, peace.